Do you own the 15 things we think every man needs under $50? Not all the finer things in life have to be expensive. In fact, some of our more essential items are relatively inexpensive. And while this is not an EDC guide, we think you'll benefit from using most of these items every day. And you should ideally have all of them available for when they're needed. Number 1, home tool kit. No matter if we own our homes or rent, a simple fact in life is things we have in our home will break down and eventually have to be improved upon. HGTV wouldn't have an audience otherwise. And while we don't have to be general contractors or professional flippers, there's tasks that just make sense to do ourselves, whether that's just changing light bulbs or smoke detectors, or hanging a picture or installing a power socket. It's essential to have the right tools for the job. A basic home repair kit ensures that you're ready for any task. This can even be taken one step further by opting for a pocket knife or a multi-tool with a blade in your EDC. That way you can truly be ready for anything. Our team has had success with kits from Husky and Stanley, but chances are your favorite tool company offers their own kit. Number 2, a nice pair of socks. Socks are something we wear almost every day, and it becomes extremely noticeable when a pair wears out or doesn't fit right, especially once you've worn a nice pair over cheap polyester socks. As an everyday essential item to your comfort, it is worth spending more on dress socks. To illustrate what really sets apart high-end socks, like our own Fort Belvedere line, watch our explanation on how $4 and $40 socks differ. Number 3, apron. If you're anything like us, food is a big part of your life. Yet, stains from sauces, grease, and condiments in your dining room and clothing are one of the worst combinations out there. Thankfully, we have plenty of videos to remedy them here. But the better solution is to prevent it in the first place. And what better way to do it than with your own apron? You can also get some serious style points as an entertainer for a very utilitarian item. Just look at Napoleon Solo or Raymond Reddington if you don't believe us. And it can be a fun conversation piece for foodies during your dinner parties, especially if you decide to personalize it. Both Raphael and Teresa own personalized aprons. You can get inexpensive personalized aprons from sites like Groovy Guy, or get off-the-rack options from places like Williams-Sonoma. Practicing organization is one of the most invaluable habits we can develop. And once you start to collect a sizable amount of menswear accessories, the last thing you want to do is misplace them. Thankfully, there's an inexpensive and easy way to fix this. Valet trays allow you a designated place to put your EDC items and small menswear accessories, so you never end up misplacing your keys before trying to leave for work again. Not that we've ever done that ourselves, of course. Good news is, Fort Belvedere carries a tidbit tray for only $35. These sort of trays are often made from quality materials, like horn, and will be large enough to elegantly store your tie clips, keys, cufflinks, and other trinkets. Interested in more items of gentlemanly style? Well, find them here. Number 5, portable phone charger and battery pack. Nothing is more nerve-wracking than seeing your phone battery turn red. In fact, it can even be more dangerous if you're traveling in an unfamiliar location or in an isolated area. It's critical to have a backup option in case you can't get to a charger soon, or if you just forgot to charge it in the first place. Whether that's a charger you keep in your car or a portable one that you can put in your bag. This item can be a lifesaver if you have it on hand in advance, especially when traveling. Preston bought one for this trip to London. Just check it occasionally to make sure it has maintained its full charge. We personally enjoy the offerings from Anker and RAV Power. There's plenty of other options that suit both Androids and iPhones. Number 6, backup shoelaces. Shoelaces never last forever, and it's quite irritating to find a pair that breaks as you start to lace your shoes, or as embarrassing as if you don't have a way to replace them before you get to your destination. The good news is that even nice shoelaces are relatively inexpensive. For example, Fort Belvedere shoelaces are usually under $10, meaning that it's not super expensive to have a backup pair in mind. Soon enough, you might find yourself switching up for more unique color combinations anyways, because new shoelaces are the easiest way to make any pair of shoes new. Number 7, Toiletry Bag, Dopp Kit. Traveling can often lead to us being more practical than stylish. But the good news is that it's possible to do both, all without breaking the bank. With the Toiletry Bag, there's plenty of retailers that offer a quality bag at the $50 price point or under, meaning that you can get a decent long-lasting bag without paying a ridiculous amount for it. Would you be interested in a luxury Dopp Kit from Fort Belvedere? Let us know in the comments. Personally, our writing team has had good experiences with both Vorspaq and DaVinci for a more refined and easy to throw around Dopp Kit. Number 8, a shoehorn. One of the most overlooked ways you can ruin your shoes is by shoving your heels into them each time you put them on. Instead of prematurely stretching out the leather around this pain point, it's much better if you just used a shoehorn to relax your foot into place. We will already explain how to best use them in our definitive guide here, but it's extremely easy to pick one up for under $50. In fact, the Fort Belvedere travel horn is only $35. And a high-quality one made of horn, like the one we offer, should last for years. Number 9. A durable water bottle. Few things are as vital to our health as water.
I don't need it.
So why shouldn't we take what we carry in it as seriously? A good water bottle makes it easy to stay hydrated, and you only need to clean and maintain it occasionally. It's become increasingly clear that plastic water bottles aren't ideal for health, and while using one on the go is fine, repeated uses could lead to particles of plastic getting into the water. To counteract this, it's better to use a stainless steel or glass water bottle for regular use. Whether you're more partial to Hydro Flask, Yeti, Clean, Canteen, or any other water bottle brand, you can find a quality container for $50 or less, with plenty of different colors to choose from. Number 10. White linen pocket squares. We feel that everyone should own at least one suit. And to complement it, there are a few things in menswear that are as versatile as a white pocket square. It can be worn in business casual, all the way up to white tie. Plus, through different folding methods, it can assume a wide variety of styles and formalities, and can be further emphasized with lined edges and other fun detailing. This styling potential doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, our Fort Belvedere model is only $45. And while all white pocket squares might seem the same, the difference in quality materials can really set them apart, as we explain here. And even if you rarely wear a jacket, it's a perfect accessory that will never let you down. Number 11. Quality shoe polish. Because we feel that every man should own at least one pair of dress shoes, shoe polish is a vital element in maintaining them. And while your shoes themselves can be quite the investment piece, maintaining them is far less expensive. Even gold standard brands like Saphir can be purchased for under $50. And one container will last for an extremely long time, meaning that a small investment in shoe care will literally go miles in the long run. Even cheaper brands are better than not polishing your shoes at all. As we alluded to previously, Saphir and Angelus are highly regarded brands and polishes that we love, but there's plenty of other great brands out there as well. Number 12. Shoe trees. You can easily spend more than $50 on shoe trees, especially if you're going the bespoke route, and have them made to exactly match your shoes. However, most of the time, you can get excellent shoe trees for under the $50 price point as well. In fact, popular shoe brands like Allen Edmonds and Carmina have their own in-house shoe trees that are built off the mold of their lasts, meaning you can get a bespoke fitting tree for a fraction of the price. But no matter where you get them at all, if you own leather shoes, especially dress shoes, you need shoe trees, as they will increase their longevity and prevent creasing, making your shoes all the more enjoyable over time. We've really enjoyed the offerings from Money'sworth and Woodlore in particular, for being dependable cedar models at affordable prices. Number 13. Earbuds, wired or wireless. Whether you're traveling, killing time, or out in public, it's generally good etiquette to use headphones or earbuds. It prevents other people from being annoyed or disrupted from what you're listening to. In other words, don't be that guy. And it also provides you a level of privacy while out in public, whether that's at an airport, on a bus, or in a public area, like in the library or at the gym. There's plenty of decent earbuds that can be used on the go, as ditching the cable makes it easier to carry, and are always a welcome addition to have on hand. We're partial to the Sony WF-C500 wireless earbuds, though at this price range, there's near limitless options to choose from. Number 14, an emergency sewing kit. Classic menswear and buttons are cut from the same cloth, so to speak, whether it's dress shirts, jackets, or pants. You've probably got a few garments with buttons on them. However, if a button pops just before you head out the door to an event, it can be an absolute disaster if you're not prepared. So avoid that disaster by having access to a needle and thread and a collection of suitable buttons. To handle any quick fixes, consider having a kit ready to go in your car as well. Nothing ruins a date, a night out, or attending a business conference faster than hearing, "Oh no, it looks like you were missing a button every 5 minutes."
All right, no, not the buttons! Not my gumdrop buttons! All right then.
Thankfully, these kits are extremely affordable, and you can mend missing buttons yourself with some practice, or by watching our guide here. These brands are carried at most department stores, and there's plenty effective but cheap kits available online. Not everything quality has to be expensive in order to be luxury. As we hope you've seen by now, there's plenty of inexpensive changes we can invest into now that will pay dividends in the long run, to the point that it can be easy to take these things for granted once you include them into your daily life. Have any cheap but life-changing items that we left off this list? Let us know in the comments what your favorite under $50 item is. So today I'm wearing a blazer, navy base with a lot of stripes with wide peak lapels, pairing that with some off-white denim and brown dress shoes and Fort Belvedere striped socks. Finishing off the outfit with a Fort Belvedere pocket square and kind of a purplish shoe and a Roberto Ugolini fragrance called For Rosso. Check out the Fort Belvedere shop here.